Hey everyone, it's Trader Rob. Brand new week, brand new opportunities. We've got futures rolling over. Let's see how our strategies do right after the intro. Let's get it. As always, nothing that I state on my channel is financial advice. Trading futures or any type of trading is risky business. Any capital that is put out there is at risk for loss. All right, so it is March 11th, 7:53 in the morning. Let's just take a look really quickly here at oil and gold. Gold has pretty much just been ranging like crazy this morning, so this should be it should be an interesting instrument to trade this morning. That was a tough one this early in the morning. And in oil, we had a really big push up and then pretty much a dump right back down. So I already mentioned in Discord that it's a little strange, but there is no high impact news scheduled for today. But at the same time, there is a New York Fed inflation expectation report that is coming out at 10 a.m. Central Time. It's not actually categorized as a high impact news, but I did put it in Discord just to kind of be mindful of that report coming out. It would kind of be an important number for where kind of inflation is going. So let's take a look at the trades from Friday. We'll start with gold. Gold had a loser, which gold was on a pretty hot streak. We did take a max size loss, 35 ticks. I did lower my position to 5. Pretty much I halved my position because I normally trade the 1GC, the E-mini contract, and it reduced down to 5 micros. But this got activated into the short and quickly reversed on us for a loss. In oil, session 1, again, I don't trade, not trading session 1, but I am tracking it. This one was a winner. So this one actually broke a 3-day losing streak for 15 ticks. So that was positive for the stats on session 1, which I believe is down about 2 or 3 ticks for the month. Now oil, we were actually on a 5-day winning streak, and this one turned out to be a loser for 16 ticks. Again, we get activated into the short and quickly reverses on us for a loss. So I am very curious to see here what the morning strategies are going to be able to get done here today. Again, brand new trading week. Just as much value as I put on a Friday to end the week strong, I almost put the exact same value on a Monday to start the week off strong. And that's kind of my psychology. It helps my psychology with trading, helps with, just emotions in general to get things off on a positive start. Now, if we take a look at the Rob reversal from Friday, we did have a setup. I'll go through them all really quickly. We get a setup to go long at 10:45 in the morning. This does not get activated because this closes below the ADMA no trade. We then get a setup to go short at 11:45 in the morning, so meets our time condition, closes below the ADMA, meets our time condition, and it is the pattern that we are looking for to go short. All of our conditions are met. We then get activated right at the bottom of this candle. We are looking for a 35-point take profit and a 35-point stop loss. This thing hit the 35 points with absolutely no problem. And actually this trade, I believe, went for 106 points just on this candle alone. So it kind of shows you the power that these little mini setups have during the day. So again, really hoping we can get another setup here today. They don't come around every day. I would say my oil and my gold strategies, those appear 85 to 90% of the days, the trading days. I would say that the Rob reversal is probably closer to 60%. So you'll probably get 3 setups per week, maybe 4. Some weeks there's a little bit more, depending on volatility, and some weeks that there is obviously a little less. So if we take a look at our dashboard, we currently sit at $50,661 on the eval account. So I would obviously love to build on that here this morning. If we take a look at our levels, we are currently looking at the YM. So our extreme high, we've got 39,416 right up here. Our next level would be 39,295 right here. The level most closely to price action, well, we've got two, but this is an older level. So anything that you see in red is an old level that I have. Obviously, you can see that it's still being respected here. So even though it's an older level, I still like to put it on there, but these have much less impact as far as levels are concerned. So most closest to price action, 39,201. And right below where price action is currently sitting, we have an old level at 38,982, and then 38,927 would be your closest new level that we have in the market. Okay, so those are what I will be looking at here for trading. Now, if we take a look at the ES, again, we got a futures rollover to a new contract, so just be mindful of that. Take a look at volume. I'll always do a volume check before I enter in a trade, just to make sure that the new contract is trading with higher volume, higher open interest than the previous. But as of everything that I've looked in right now, I've already made the switch. So again, we've got blue sky breakout past this 52.54 number, which is our extreme high for this morning. We then have 52.20 as another level I'm looking at. Most closest to price action, where I would like to see maybe a trade during the opening bell, would be at 51.93. We then have an older level at 51.55. I remember that level from like Thursday. Again, much weaker area. Stronger level would be 51.40. And then you've got two levels down here that are pretty close to each other, 51.26 and 51.19. So those are the levels here on the ES for this morning. And on the NQ, again, you've got 18,679 as our extreme high, blue sky past that. You've got two levels that are pretty close to each other, 18,433 and 18,470. Again, our level that is most closest to our price action. And then we have an old level here at 18,165. Again, still getting respected, but much less chance of this holding or being of, big value anymore. 18,086 would be a level most closest, and both of the levels below us are older levels, but again, maybe not as strong. 17,933, 17,842. So I post these levels in my Discord every morning, and then towards the end of the trading day, I will then post a recap of where those happen with price action and those levels as well. So I'm going to get started here with my morning sessions in gold and oil session 2, and hopefully here we can get some good setups this morning. Stick around for the trade breakdowns and the day recap coming up shortly. See you in a little bit.
Order canceled.
All right, and here is our first setup in gold this morning. So we get activated here into a long. We base our strategy off of that inside bar that got painted green. That's just an indicator that I have that measures inside bars. Just kind of give you a visual to make sure that it is the right type of setup. Looking at, if we go to the white candle to the left of the inside bar, you'll notice that it is a max size bar. So it's going to be 35 ticks is what we're looking for our stop loss and our take profit. And again, these plays are pretty much just you're looking for price action to kind of explode out of an area. And here we get the initial push that we are looking for. So we need to, obviously we've got the overnight open that is above us. So I do know that price action might want to gravitate towards that level. And if we look to the left of the chart, you'll see that it's pretty much that line's been hit twice and rejected twice. So now we're going to need actually a strong push through that level and to hopefully take our full take profit on this trade. Now here we start getting right next to the overnight open. We get one push, a rejection. On that push upwards, I do reduce my position sizing in half. So I take half the risk off, which when it gets to pretty much 65-70% of my full take profit. And now at this point, I'm looking for buyers to really defend this area and push price action to my full take profit, which would be a fantastic start to the morning. So let's see here if we can get that push. Here it comes, full take profit, great trade.
Target filled. Order canceled.
All right, so here we get our setup in oil. This is session 2 that we're currently looking at. We did not have any trade setup show up in oil session 1. So again, just like gold from previous, we get activated into a long here. Looking at price action, we were on a downtrend. We had a leg up. We made a newer low or lower low. So this was kind of, a little bit of a dicey little setup here because now we're really looking to get price action past that previous swing high. And once we get past that, my feeling was that we would probably have no issue getting to full take profit here. So again, it's price action's just kind of hanging out right by our entry line. This is going to be an area that's going to be defended here. And there we go. There's the push that we're looking for. Once it felt like that we can break that swing high, that we would probably be in really good shape. And I am ready to move up my stop loss to 50% position. I did recreate this chart yesterday, which I believe helped me with my bracket order issue. But at the same time, I saw that so I went in my settings here just so you guys can see my profit and loss and where I was at in the trade. But now that we're pretty close, we're at 70% TP, my risk is cut in half. And now I'm just looking for that final push, which we get from our buyers here. Very strongly, awesome trade in oil.
Target.
Well, just another beautiful day of trading these morning strategies. They have been absolutely on fire in March. Let's take a look. Well, we just saw the CL trade, so let's take a look at that one first. No trade in session 1, so there was no setup here. In session 2, we do get an inside bar. Let me take this away. We get that inside bar here at 935, which was the last trade you just saw. Again, really simple strategy. You put your entry at the top of the inside bar. You put your entry to go short at the bottom of the inside bar, as long as it shows up during the session times. And you're just waiting for price action to bust out of that area. And here we get activated into the long. So I'll show you how you set up your trade here. You'd have your entry right at the top of the inside bar. Your source bar, which is right here. This is what we calculate our stop loss and our take profit, which at the bottom of this bar is 25 ticks. And we are looking for a 1-to-1. So it is a target of 25 ticks as well. Here you get your full take profit. The trade took about maybe seven minutes, maybe even a little less than that. Beautiful trade in oil too. Like I said, oil session 2 has just been doing really good in March. We are up a total of 138 ticks. So again, if you're trading an E-mini, that's $1,380. In my case, in oil too, I've been trading 3 micros. Today I increased to 4. And most likely will be increasing to 5. If you guys saw in that last trade, I put in my commentary that, so over the weekend, I completely redid the oil chart just because I was having those bracket issues. And that, at least it worked today. It seemed to have worked. So before I cloned the chart, and maybe that was what the issue was, where yesterday, I just completely redid it. So that was oil session 2. In gold, another banger of a win. This thing, and again, this was a max size trade, 35 ticks. So same setup. You put your order to go to go long at the top of the inside bar that we got at 8:15 in the morning. You then would also have an order to go short at the bottom of the inside bar. Once price action goes to the long, your order for short would automatically cancel out. It's an OCO order, so one cancels out the other. And again, you bring your stop loss down to your source candle in the case of a short. If we were going short, then you would put your stop loss at the top of the source bar. And this is 35 ticks. So on a E-mini, $350. I had it at 5 micros, so that was $175 or $4 win. So awesome trade. The eval today took a positive of $271 in the trade, which again, it's fantastic. The Rob reversal, no setup yet this morning. So at 8 a.m., which is pre-session, not even looking at this, but this closes below the ADMA. We do get a setup at 8:30 in the morning to go short, but this closes above the ADMA, no trade. We then get a setup to go long at 9:15 in the morning, closes below the ADMA, no trade. Obviously, this would have been a really nice trade, but does not meet my conditions. So we'll leave this guy running and see what happens. Oh, and I also wanted to make a comment. Sorry, not in oil, in gold. So I had a question in Discord from one of the members. He thought that this candle right here was a valid inside bar. Now, again, people have made alterations to my strategy. Some trade at pre-session. Some people even add different types of confluences. Perfectly fine. But going back to my original strategy on here, which the video is linked below, this candle is your 8 a.m. to 8:05 candle. If you were to use this candle to get into a setup, you would then be needing to use this bar, which is the 7:55 to 8 a.m. bar, as a source candle. Well, the problem with that is that this source bar is pre-session, so I do not take into account for this. And this is the same for oil and for gold. So I just wanted to kind of make that distinction. Now, just so I don't confuse anyone, the Rob reversal is a slight variation, because my strategy on the 15-minute Rob reversal is from 8:30 in the morning to 1:15. Now, the 8:30 candle closes at 8:45. This is a valid setup right here. I understand that this is part of the pattern. It's a 2-candle pattern, and this would be pre-session, because this would be your 8:15 to 8:30 candle. Remember, I'm on a 15-minute time frame. That's very important for my strategy. So I just want to make that distinction that oil and gold, I do not take the first bar from 8 to 8:05 because the source bar would be pre-session. On the Rob reversal, anything 8:30 to 1:15, I am taking that trade. Let's take a look really quickly at our levels for this morning. This is the ES. I did take a really small trade, made a $209 off of this. Actually, our old level here, which was in red, took this bounce up and almost went to my full take profit, reversed pretty much almost all the way down, and I got out of this trade early. But obviously, this sucker just would have gone to have been a really, really nice trade. I probably would have made $600 in there, staying in there for that whole trade. But again, I only take one stab at these, but you can see that this level here held pretty well. If we look at the YM, here we go. So we got this dump, went through our old level here, didn't respect it very much, but right to the tick on this level that I had laid out at 38,927 that I gave you in the morning. Look at that nice bounce off that level there. So nice trade there if you were in it. I did not take that. And then the NQ, I did add this level. I'm not sure why I did not put this in earlier, but this was definitely an area. Hasn't come to it, but again, comes down. This was an old level, a weaker level here. Does get a reversal, and this would be an area right now in the YM that I would be very confident that it would want to tap into this level right here. So those are the levels. If you're interested in them, they're in my Discord. The link for the Discord is below. Again, just a really nice day of trading. Had a lot of fun here this morning with everyone here in Discord. I'll leave the Rob reversal going, but pretty much done for the day trading, which is kind of a beautiful thing. If you're interested in getting funded, I have a link to my Top Step affiliation link down below. I make a few dollars on it. It's the only revenue source that I have for this channel outside of YouTube. So any support there would be fantastic. And please remember to like this video. That helps me tremendously. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hit that notification bar and leave me a comment below. Let me know how what trades you took this morning, how you came out. Hopefully you were in the green. I know a lot of my members in Discord were, which is fantastic. So I'll see you guys here tomorrow. Happy trading, everyone.